Before the game, Hunter Thompson of Pine Bluffs was named Mr. Wyoming Basketball 2017. He will be heading to the University of Wyoming to play basketball, but did not play in this game due to a foot injury. It's the Wyoming All-Stars versus Montana at the Golden Dome in Sheridan. First quarter, Montana wearing the white. Bryson Deming of Billings West with the alley, and Raekwon Evans of Billings Skyview with the oop lay-in. A good highlight to start the game. It's 2-0. The Northern neighbors met business early on. This time, Evans assists Deming, who is wide open for three, and he buries it. He scored 8 in this contest, and the score is now 7-0. It took Wyoming a little bit to get things going. Cameron Carter of Kelly Walsh eyes it, spies it, buys it. That was 3 of his 8, and that got rid of the 0 on the scoreboard. It's 7-3. Montana was using their muscle inside, and it was paying off in more than one way. Jackson Hashley of Kalispell Glacier collects his own miss and sticks it back in for 2 of his 16. The score moves up to 9-3. Good ball movement on this highlight. Brendan Howard of Great Falls gets behind the defense. His teammates find him, and he finds the hoop. He led all scorers with 18 points. Montana would move ahead 15-7. The home team had yet to unleash their main scoring threat. That would be Eric Jammerman of Douglas, and he was just getting his game started. He led all scorers with 21 points, and he has his team right back in this game, down 15-12. The opposition would answer. Here's Braden Deming of Billings West, dropping in 3 of his own. 10 points were his numbers, and he just gave his squad an 8-point cushion. It's 24-16. It was raining threes for a while. Here's Carter again. Thank you very much. And the pendulum would start to swing back the other way. Wyoming down 26-21. They had each other's backs. Carter botches the lay-in, but Kylan Schultz of Riverton would clean up the mess and score. The deficit is down to 3 with the scoreboard reading 26-23. All they needed to do is make up those 3 points. Who better to call on than the leading scorer, Jammerman? Jam, here comes the man. This ball game was knotted up at 26 points apiece after the first 10 minutes. Second quarter, Jammerman had the hot hand for a while. He owns the all-time scoring record at his school, and he just showed why. The home team is now up 31-29. Actually, he was doing it all scoring-wise. The defense had not yet learned their lesson. 2 more points on the lay-in. He's going to Northern Colorado. Wyoming is up on the scoreboard 33-29. The opposition would regroup. They just needed a spark. Evans gets through traffic, hoop, and 1. 10 points was his contribution. His boys are only down 33-32. Moving right along. Let's get someone new in here. Drew Hughes of Bozeman. He did his job, and the visitors would reclaim the advantage, up 35-33. They were on the move. Here comes Nate Costin of Malta laying in 2 of his 11 points. You knew which team had the momentum now. Montana up 37-33. The new guys on the floor were getting their points in. This is Troy Anderson of Dillon introducing himself as he would weave his way in for 2 of his 6. The scoreboard reads 39-33, which means there's been a 10-zip run. There was another theme that was developing. Montana got a lot of second chance opportunities, and they made the most of them. Braden Deming illustrates my point. He puts the Northern neighbors ahead 41-35. Wyoming had some of those as well, just not as many. Kelby Kramer of Rock Springs was in the right place at the right time on this highlight. Being 6'11" helps. It's 41-37, and his boys are trailing. Let's show someone else. Manny Ntula of Kelly Walsh gets the hook shot to drop. He had a good game with 13 points, and the home team is still down 46-40. The small guys were getting their shots in as well. Buell Robinson of Wyoming Indian was the smallest of all the players, but he showed he can play with the big boys. The home team was down 50-43 going into the locker room. I only go to the Golden Dome once a year, and every time that balloon is still up there above the scoreboard. No one can get to it because it's in a bad spot. Third quarter, Wyoming trying to hang around. Here's Trevor Hodla out of Rock Springs from college range. Western Wyoming is his next stop. His boys trail 52-46. But that problem I mentioned earlier was still going on. Offensive rebounds and putbacks. Howard strikes again. He was difficult to stop. Montana would move ahead 61-52. Thankfully, Jammerman still had a hot hand going for Wyoming, but it was only going to go so far. There's 3 more to add to the cause. That would help keep the score close, 61-55. The opposition would counter. More from Howard. He'll see that 3 and raise 3 more to open up some breathing room. 64-57 is what the scoreboard reads at this point. There were a lot of big boys on the court, and so far, no one has dunked. Anderson will take care of that issue with the one-handed stuff off of the turnover. The Northern Neighbors were up 74-63 going into the final 10 minutes. Fourth quarter, the home team needed to do something soon, and Tula with a quick drive and score to help, but his boys are still down by double digits. Here's a guy from Montana that we have not shown. Tanner Haverfield of Dillon will score off of the fast break. That makes the score 79-65, and his team was starting to put things in cruise control. Wyoming kept fighting back, but the deficit was starting to look insurmountable. And Tula with another drive and lay-in. He stepped his game up late, but it's 84-72. There's one more Wyoming player we can show. It's Jackson Hyatt of Kelly Walsh. We were not able to get anything out of Cody Baumstark of Worland. He had a much better game when the series shifted to Billings. As for the game in Sheridan, Montana would prevail to win their 11th straight in the rivalry. Final score, 93-78.